trained over 60 hours on that ride, so I don't know why she didn't stop it.
But under cross-examination, it was revealed Amy Crisp had a management warning for failing to follow procedures on the River Rapids ride herself. She later admitted the tragedy could have been prevented with improvements.
I think more engineering systems put in place to shut the ride down quicker or recognise the fault.
9 News can reveal that the raft that was stranded also had 6 people on board, a group of adults and children who were holidaying from interstate. Some of them later assisted in trying to rescue the people from the raft that hit them. What they saw and what they heard could be critical evidence, but at this stage there's no intention to have them appear at the inquiry. Those survivors told investigators how the rafts bumped at the bottom of the conveyor and then flipped. One craft stayed inverted, jammed in the conveyor, but theirs slid further away on the rails. The popularity of Dreamworld also appears to be slipping since the inquiry started. The park's midweek crowds are thin and few people are lining up for rides. The company says the park is operating as normal and families are still attending.
An arrest warrant has been issued for a man over an unrelenting road rage attack in Sydney. 20-year-old Chances Moana didn't show up at court today but was convicted of the assault, which happened in May. Andrew Nurlich was punched around 15 times and needed stitches to his lip.
US authorities have been ordered to reunite immigrant children and their parents, separated during the Trump administration's border crackdown. More than 2,300 children have been split from their families after crossing into the country illegally since May. A San Diego judge has ruled they must be reunited within 30 days.
Meanwhile, Donald Trump is celebrating one of the biggest victories of his presidency. The US Supreme Court has upheld his divisive travel ban, which targets several mainly Muslim countries.
Muslims are welcome here.
Within hours of America's Supreme Court backing President Trump's travel ban, groups of many faiths came together across America to say it's wrong to single out Muslims.
If you support this, those very sentiments are the same ones that people had during World War II. And that drove them to do atrocious things.
In a close 5-4 vote, the justices upheld the ban, which has been in place since December. It prevents entry into the US by most people from Iran, Libya, Somalia, Syria and Yemen. North Koreans and Venezuelans are also included.
This is a great victory for our Constitution. We have to be tough and we have to be safe and we have to be secure.
The majority of judges approved the ban, even though they considered some comments by Trump as incendiary. In other words, they may not like what he says, but still, he's not wrong. But now there's real concern here in America's Muslim community that with the approval of the Supreme Court, the highest court in the land, it's only going to bring out the haters all over again.
We believe there will be another uptick in anti-Muslim bias crime in the country.
Others explain this will prevent many using the US as a sanctuary.
The people who want to be able to travel to the United States today only want to come to escape rape, murder, war, and enslavement. Nobody leaves home unless the other side looks a lot better.
Robert Penfold, NBN News.
It was supposed to be a landmark payout, but now Rebel Wilson will be left with less than 12% of the record $4.7 million defamation payment she originally won. The Supreme Court has ordered the Star to cover the vast majority of Bauer Media's legal costs for its successful appeal. 2 weeks ago, her payout was slashed to just $600,000.
The Socceroos World Cup adventure is over.
Samuel Djodan joins us, and Sam, they just couldn't match it with Peru.
The opposition was too strong all round, thank you team. Australia was far from disgraced in Russia, but we just weren't on the same level. Besides penalties, the Socceroos didn't manufacture a single goal. On the positive side, we unearthed the special talent in Daniel Arzani and got one more glimpse of the great Tim Cahill.
The end of the road for our Socceroos, and for one of the greatest players to pull on the green and gold, the likely end of a glittering international career. An emotional finale for his family too, who've ridden every bump.
It's been a roller coaster, 16 years of a roller coaster. So look, 4th World Cup, the boy got on and done our country proud.
It's a kick in the guts for 23 brave Aussies. This wasn't the result anybody wanted, But the positives are still many, not least the emergence of Daniel Arzani.
Literally happened in 6 months. People love him. When he was warming up, people started singing his name. I just got goosebumps.
On a scorching day in Sochi, Australian fans warmed up their vocal cords in beach bars.
Aussies going all the way.
There was huge support in Australia too. Pubs in every capital city crammed with hopeful revellers. It was a must-win, but as has been the case twice already at this World Cup, the Socceroos fell behind, albeit via a dubious offside goal. A second followed just after half-time, making the assignment that much tougher. Enter Tim Cahill for the final time.
The oldest squad member at 38 years of age comes on to a hero's reception.
But despite his occasional flash of brilliance, there was no fairy tale finish.
It is a bitter pill to swallow for Australian fans, a campaign filled with so much promise, delivering just the one draw. Still, there's ample pride.
Pride?
Yep.
Massive pride. It also brings down the curtain on Bert van Marwijk's coaching cameo.
I don't regret the way we worked and the way we performed with the players.
The Socceroos will depart Russia wondering what might have been.
Disappointing is a word. Empty is another word.
Qatar 2022 can't come quick enough. Clint Stanaway, NBN News.